for Mother Michigan. Ugh. Nope.
Safety off. Yeah.
For real this time. Oh, I penised it. Twice. There it is. That'll do it.
Hell yeah, brother.
Probably my worst run of an AK ever, but it's been a while. Oh my fuck. AK. Is that a click? Yep. Well, that's not good. Yep. Lost my sights in the transition there. Ooh, scary. Have you ever been clearly a massive Austrian working with the Russians, discovering cocaine in strange places?
Cocainum.
That is the vibe this rifle gives off. This Russian-style rifle is made by an American company that is renowned for making just as good. There's only 3 forges. It'll do the same thing your other ARs will do. Level equipment,
Oh, hostility.
with fascinating tolerance issues. This may be the rifle for you. And strangely, that's about as much sense as this review is gonna make going forward. But let's jump on the bang bus and go to Pound Town.
This is no game. No shit!
Ugh. You ever sometimes wonder how you got somewhere? That's how I feel right now. I know some of you, knowing that I have expensive taste, are gonna look on the table and say, what have you done? Luckily, this isn't mine, so save your hate and discontent. Also, my friend who this belongs to has nice stuff. He wanted to take an AK and make it belligerent like I make some of my builds, and I don't know if I should be ashamed or scared of what I've done and the monster I've created. But here in front of me sits his creation, for better or worse, and we're going to talk about it. Now, once again, my man knows quality equipment and did this on purpose. So before all the poor comments come out, he did this on purpose. All right, so going front to back, tip to butt, however you want to say it, we have the slant brake, which actually works pretty well. I expected it to suck, and it doesn't. If I was going to have an AK, I would entertain having one of those. That, of course, is attached to a probably slightly crooked front sight post. Now, I know some of you might think I'm joking about this being crooked, but I'm actually almost positive it leans to the left a little bit, or the rail adapter leans to the right a little bit. I'm not sure. I think it's the front sight post. Those two pieces are attached to a 16-inch FN barrel. I did zero this for him, and it did zero. So the gun shoots. I don't know what the accuracy is. I purchased some of the ammo to shoot it. He let me shoot a lot of his ammo, so I'm not gonna be like, and he probably would have let me, but I'm not gonna say, hey, let me see what this will do at 100 yards. And there were other people there. So there's a few more considerations other than my selfish need to do a video on this thing. Next, a Midwest Industries rail. That's M-Lock, which has a Haley Thorn tail mount with a Streamlight light. This is funny because this is off my ex-wife's setup, and it's now been bought and sold between two of my friends. It works. You know, he's got the pressure switch on the other side, which is very difficult to get to stay put, because he just has it Ranger banded on here, which is excellent. Adds to the aesthetics. Very easy to actuate, even inadvertently. Got a vertical grip there that he's gonna chop eventually. Moving rearwards. The 20 round mag's in there right now for aesthetics. I think it looks better, but the 30 rounder is definitely what I prefer to shoot. It was kind of nice and unexpected when he first got it because the furniture was plumb. I'm not sure if he ordered it that way, but it still has the child soldier grip and the stock furniture there and there. It is what it is. He did get belligerent back here on the stock just to do it, and it looks terrible. Nah, it's kind of cool. Nah, it's kind of terrible. It's belligerent. The trigger on this thing's actually pretty good. It allows me to shoot fast, which I like to do, and I've had no problems with the trigger in all honesty. There are some interesting quirks with this thing, but it's run 100%. There was one small issue. It was reliable, but it had 100 malfunctions. We had an interesting stoppage that I'm gonna chalk up to the magazine and ammunition, but
Oh. I need like a third and fourth hand. So, you could...
Thanks, Obama.
Oh.
Thanks, Obama.
Well, Oh, the assisted reload. This is how you reload in the Navy.
There it is.
We go.
However, I will say if you're looking for a quality arsenal level AK, this is not it. But it does run pretty well. Everything works. Everything works pretty well. I really do like the trigger in this thing. Honestly, out of the box, it is not the ALG, it's whatever theirs is, but it's quite crisp and clean, to be honest. A little heavy. It's not, again, an ALG, but it's very, very shootable, honestly. It's one of the better triggers I've fired in an AK. And I know that's gonna make some people cringe, but it is what it is. Now to what I don't like. That. The tolerances on the PSA stuff is not super great, and the angle of the piston is not the best. But if you cycle the gun, like pull it all the way back and let it go, it works. It doesn't get stuck. But if you're sitting there hand jacking it, it absolutely will get stuck, which means there's a tolerance issue. However, there's no metal shavings, any advanced wear or anything like that. It's just kind of getting stuck sometimes. So it runs just fine. We've had no issues with it, and he's run it a lot more than I have without a single issue, save the magazine issue I said earlier. So it is what it is. Safety works just fine, and you know, it's an easy gun to run if you're used to the AK manual of arms. Now, his optic setup, very awkward. I actually prefer to shoot this without the optic on there. And unless you're running a gas mask with no plate carrier, this thing is kind of a pain in the ass. With a plate carrier, I had a lot of trouble. And without it, I can position where I need to shoot, but I'm literally getting like a chin weld or bottom of my jaw weld.
Oh, my fault. I have to blow my shoulder out to shoot this thing. AK. Not for me.
Ever? No.
This is simulated a 193 or a 2.2 mount for me, and it's not for me.
Ever? No.
There's no practical application with how I'm built for this height.
Ever? No.
Than me and more lanky, so he makes it work a little easier than I do, but this mount with this optic is not my speed, we'll say. I've recommended that he get a low mount with some sort of dot, but we'll see what he does in the future. It's not my rifle. Quick note on this ACSS 2.5 Prism. It's a really inexpensive optic option. The glass is very clear. Surprisingly, the eye relief is terrible and the illumination's pretty good. For someone with astigmatism like myself, it's a very, very good option if you're looking for something a little more clear and constant. So Prism optics are pretty cool. I don't know that I'd get this one, but I can't complain about having the opportunity to run something and not purchase it. And he was going with a cost-effective build here. He wanted to see how belligerent and cheap he could make something and have it still get a job done. And while it is a meme rifle, it's also semi-practical.
No.
So it does shoot, it does get work done. It is, you know, still an AK, but definitely not top tier parts for sure. So this optic, if you are super strapped and you want something instead of nothing, then sure, go ahead and throw the 200 something dollars at it. The eye relief is absolutely terrible. The glass is clear, the reticle's clear, and the illumination is good. The turret adjustments on this suck, and I am not a fan, but I'm also used to mid to higher tier optics where everything works right. Not what I would do, but it's his rifle and I'm actually surprised at how well it works. Especially the glass clarity for the price. How do I like this? Well, I don't, but it is fun to shoot. I'm not really used to the AK manual of arms. The best and closest I ever got was a VZ58 forever ago while I was younger and just was super excited to run anything. Now that I'm older, it's not as fun for me to have to do something else, if that makes sense. I'm really used to, have a lot of experience on, love and run the AR pattern rifles a lot better. Can I use an AK? Absolutely. Am I gonna be near as fast? Not during reloads. It's kind of an interesting scenario I find myself in with this thing because it is a blast to shoot, and with Russian rounds being the only thing that can be sourced right now during peak Rona, I'm filming this at the end of January 2021, and ammo is so scarce right now, except for by 39. So 545 and 7.62 by 39, super easy to source. I can get cases of it right now and it's not price gouged, but it will be. And with all of the other AKs dried up, all the super high-end AKs, the only thing in stock right now are these PSA AKs. So I know some people are doing cost-benefit analysis. Do I need to spend about or more than $1,000 on 1,000 rounds that used to cost me between $300 and $400 before for my AR? Or am I just gonna get a shitty knock-around AK that I can feed whatever and pay normal prices for ammo for? So I can see and understand that cost-benefit analysis equation for a lot of people, and I'm not gonna disparage them. So normally where I'd be like, absolutely not, do not buy this under any circumstances. And with them just making it, it's kind of like, is it even worth it? And now that we're where we're at, there's a lot of decisions people are making that they wouldn't otherwise make. So am I saying go get one of these? No. But what I am saying is, the quality's a little bit better on this PSA than I thought it would be. It is a fun rifle to shoot. I do enjoy it, and it's proven itself between 100 and 200 yards hitting man-sized targets. So I can't really complain. I can't say it's a bad rifle, and even if it's a little sloppy in some areas, is it better to do this than it is to continue to plunge yourself into debt to try to feed rifles you didn't stock ammo for in the first place? Maybe. I don't know. If you're looking at one of these, I've only fired probably about 200 rounds, maybe tops. I don't know. I've fired it, I think, 4 times, and I try not to shoot his ammo too much, even though I bought some of it. And I wasn't let down by the experience like I thought I was going to be. If I was gonna have one of these, I would have this exact rail, a way better flashlight. Again, he did this for the memes.
To rock it in.
Oh. And I'd have a low mount dot, but then I'd get rid of this child soldier grip and put a ALG in there, which I actually think he's planning to do both of those things. So I think it's got about 800 or 900 rounds through it and no issues. PSA probably builds a better AK than they build an AR. No, it's gonna make some of the PSA kids angry. And it's, it's fun to shoot AKs. I don't think I'm ever gonna get into them or own them. And if I did, it would probably be a 74, but I've been hemming and hawing about it, to be honest. I don't know that I need to do all that when I should just be focusing on the platforms I have. If for some reason this is in your wheelhouse or on your radar, definitely give it a shout. So, ladies and gentlemen, in closing, if the cost-benefit analysis gives you more positives than negatives, and you're looking for something inexpensive to get into and have and shoot while waiting for the rest of the ammunition prices to come down, this is definitely an option. I know I'm gonna piss some people off that are already AK people that are like, shut up, you're gonna get people into AKs and then the price is gonna go up. I don't know what to tell you, and I'm definitely not the only person saying that. So, I think every American should know how to run one of these just in case. It was a cool experience to run something that I wouldn't have otherwise had the opportunity to run. I'm really thankful to my friend, both for being an excellent stand-up guy, a good friend, but also, you know, letting me experience something that I wouldn't have had the opportunity to otherwise. And we've done that for each other on the range, you know, letting him shoot my guns and vice versa. So definitely a cool opportunity. I had a good time, and if you don't take yourself seriously, you too can have a good time, but that's also a problem nowadays, I guess. There's better AKs out there, 100%. And if you find a better AK and that's what you want, then absolutely jump on that. I mean, super smart idea. As far as these PSA AKs go, and I know this is not their top tier, you know, it's their GF3, not whatever the other one is. For a base model rifle that's under $1,000 that's capable of doing things, you know, not too bad. So that's my verdict, not too bad. And if you want one, go get it. I'm not gonna say go get one. Thanks for watching. Take care out there.